Am I gonna get canceled today? We're talking about gender. Am I gonna get canceled today? Oh no, it's too controversial. Am I gonna get canceled today? Is YouTube gonna take my channel away? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Her Habits. Today we are talking about this situation that recently happened where Ketanji Brown Jackson, she's a nominee to be appointed as a judge in the Supreme Court in the United States of America. She's been questioned by, I guess, senators and stuff like that so that they can see what she's all about and then decide if she's going to move forward and get, I guess, elected to fill in the spot of the previous person that is no longer in the spot. So, I don't know a ton about this Supreme Court stuff, but like, I don't know. I just want to talk about this one situation where she was being questioned by this Senator Blackburn here. She was asked to define what a woman is, and let's just roll the clip.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in this context.
So
I'm not a biologist.
The meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
Senator, in my work as a judge, what I do is I address disputes. If there's a dispute about a definition, people make arguments, and I look at the law and I decide. So I'm not.
The fact.
When she says when there's a dispute about a definition, it's like, I guess we're at the point of time where we're disputing what the definition of a biological woman is at this point. I guess that's what she means by that. Apparently, this term that's been used for like thousands of years is now being changed. And I'll break it down more after this is done. But yeah, I just wanted to comment on that.
That you can't give me a straight answer about something as fundamental as what a woman is underscores the dangers of the kind of progressive education that we are hearing about.
Okay, so my thoughts on that. For one thing, like this question, I don't think years ago this question ever would have been asked. It probably would have seemed like such a random, obvious thing to ask years ago. In the context of today's world, I think it is like a fair question to ask. The whole gender thing, like what it means to be a woman, it's just like how do I even explain this? It's just so confusing with like the gender identity thing. Like there needs to be complete distinctions of, okay, like a woman, a female, like as in sex, like, you know, male and female sexes, like as in males have like an X and Y chromosome, women have two X chromosomes. That to me would be the standard definition of a woman. If you're trying to answer that question in regards to like the gender identity sort of stuff, it's sort of like if you want to identify as a woman, like by all means, if you want to identify as a woman, but like the concrete concept of what a woman is doesn't need to change. Like where this stuff matters in the courts and things like that is because like there are certain situations and crimes that are happening. I think it's not common, but like there's things now that are coming out where there's this confusion between the lines of who is biologically female or not. Like for example, this article came out a few days ago and here's the headline. British hospital allegedly denied a claim because perpetrator was transgender. In this article, it actually states that this hospital for an entire, like almost a year, they refused to acknowledge that the R word happened in the ward because I guess they had recorded everyone as female in that ward, and the female who was expressing like, I was like, oh, that was, they literally were telling her like, well, there's no way that could happen because everyone on that ward was a female and you can't be, I guess you can be sexually abused by female, but like the term, the R word would have to Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to censor this. The R word, I think, would have to involve penetration. I don't know. I don't know what the actual, I don't know. They were telling her that like you couldn't have been because it was all females. And I don't know what is happening. I don't know what is happening. I guess they have this policy. So there's like a National Health Service policy known as Annex B. That's what they call the policy, which orders hospitals to place patients in single-sex wards according to the preferred gender identity. Okay, but then it's saying that they have to inform ward sisters and nurses that if there is a male as a trans person in a female ward and a female patient or anyone complains, they must be told that it is not true. There's no male there. The policy gives priority to trans people over women and as a result erodes the dignity, privacy, and safety of women and girls. Okay, so this is the thing. It's like we can have multiple things that exist. We can have women and then we can have transgender women. If you didn't have to transition to become a female, then you are a biological female. But if you had to transition, then you are a transgender woman. So to me, it's just like the general term, the basic term woman, like the definition would be what a biological woman is. And then if you want to define what a transgender woman is, it's like, okay, well, it's someone who transitioned to female, but they were biologically born a male. And like, it's like they're different things. I get that, you know, these people suffer with gender dysphoria and they feel like they're trapped in the wrong body, and like that's understandable. But when it comes to reality, it's like, sorry, but like you're different than a biological woman. There's like differences, and it's getting confusing, and it's just like it's impacting these criminal situations like this. It's not even about like what kind of genitals you possess and stuff like that. Like it's just like about how you feel. Like if you feel like a female and if you feel like that, and then you identify as that thing, but it's like you're not in reality. You're not. And it's like I have no problem referring to someone with their preferred pronouns and everything like that. But like especially in the hospital, usually they have to document somewhere that person was born biologically male, because just for health reasons, like for their own benefit. Like males are predisposed to certain health conditions, things like that, and females, they have their own, you know, health conditions that typically affect females. Like there's differences in your body. And I believe too, it's like if you're a transgendered person, you're going to have differences from your biological sex, because if you take hormone blockers, like you're not going to have the exact characteristics of just like a biological male that like never transitioned, or like vice versa. But the fact that we're like, that the term now woman is controversial, and you can't, like there's supposed to be, there has to just be differences of like gender identity and like actual biological sex or whatever. Like when you just mesh the two together, it gets complicated, and you end up with situations like this where they're like, you couldn't have been R-worded because there was no person in there with male genitalia to be able to like do that to you. And it's just like, come on, we have to be there for everyone. We can't just like totally disrespect people that have been sexually abused because it's going to offend this person. Like that person like did a criminal act. Like oh God, I just don't understand. Like the fact that like I'm saying this, that these things are like, this is like it's so controversial for me to say this or acknowledge that there's differences between a transgendered woman and a woman, like a biological woman. So there's a term for a reason. Like if you could legitimately actually like become like maybe we'll come up with that like technology in the years to come. Maybe like if you can actually fully become with all the parts intact and everything and the complete like characteristics of like a biological female, if you can become that, then like you wouldn't need the term transgendered woman, because you would just, you would at that point, I guess, you know, if the technology exists, you would be an actual fully transitioned to an actual biological female. But we're not there yet. And so I get why this judge like gave the answer she gave.
Can I provide a definition?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
I can't.
Because this sort of agenda that's being pushed with like gender and it, like all the political stuff around it, like I see why she just didn't even want to answer it in general. And it's like she is being grilled by a Republican who like they want her to acknowledge the differences. And it's just, it's like this question wouldn't matter years ago, right? Like it wouldn't matter. But it in the court of law, like if you are going to judge circumstances, as in like you're not even going to acknowledge differences between like a transgendered woman and a biological woman or vice versa, like if you're not going to acknowledge those differences, like it can very much impact the decisions you make. And again, like what happened with that hospital, like it's like they outright denied it. And who knows, like maybe, I don't know. It's just confusing. It's like maybe you can somehow like mesh those terms, but it's like when you draft up the paperwork, even like of the case, the police report and stuff, like it's just, there have been like other types of situations that have happened in regards to sexual abuse and gender and like what was documented. And then like it can just be confusing to read or like not even make sense. That word now has to encompass, like, it just like, it just loses its whole meaning, I guess. Like if anything can be a woman now, like where are the lines at that point? If you just say, I want to be a woman today, and you don't really even have a desire to fully transition or I guess go in the hormone therapy or whatever, like, and it's like, okay, well you exactly are that now. I don't know. But yeah. That's what we've come to. And it like, what was it when Biden now is something like they're referring to mothers as birthing people?
Outcomes among, quote, birthing people. This is a shift from recent budgets, which referred to maternal health issues as women's issues. I've never heard the term before. Can you explain what it means?
We think our language needs to be more inclusive.
Birthing people.
Birthing people.
Menstruating person.
And birthing people.
Birthing people. Birthing people.
Birthing people.
There's like a problem when someone is so offended by these words. Like to me, it's like the words aren't the problem. It's like, why is that person getting offended by that thing? And like, you can't avoid people getting offended by words and things. And it just seems like we're bending these definitions and words and the way we talk, like based on basically like a minority of people that it'll make them feel better or please or whatever. But it's like, I don't want to start calling mothers birthing people, or like if I worked in Congress or whatever and I was like told like you're not allowed to say mother now, like that would kind of offend me. Like I'd be like, why? If someone called me a birthing person instead of a mother, if I had kids or whatever, like I would kind of be offended by that. Like I don't know. It's like it goes both ways. Like we can't be told to, you know, this means this now and this means this and this is this and up is down and
backwards is
forward. Like
it's all meaningless. And if you can't have solid definitions in the court of law, it has an impact. And it's like, what even is anything anymore? I don't know. My mind is just tangled just talking about this. But anyways, I'm just gonna leave it there. So yeah, anyways, what are your guys' thoughts on this situation? I don't know, I guess I'm going to be canceled now, but I don't even have enough like notoriety to even be canceled at this point. So I don't care. Who cares? Like whatever. Pro free speech over here. All opinions welcome. Let's talk about it. Let's share our thoughts in the comments, but please be respectful. Yeah, anyways, that's all I got to say. If you want to subscribe, hit that red button, click that bell, choose the all from drop down so you get updated when I upload, and like if you enjoyed my little discussion here. Anyways, that's all I got to say. Love you guys and take care. We'll see you in the next video. I think I just got canceled today because I talked about gender. I got canceled today because my opinions are unacceptable. I think I just got canceled today, but I don't care, 'cause I'm pro free speech. Yeah, 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 yeah.